Okay, welcome to another unboxing video. This time we are having a look at the new Warhammer 40,000 9th edition starter box set. This is the Recruit box set. There are two other larger box sets, the Elite edition and Command edition, but this is the smallest, cheapest kind of way into Warhammer 40,000 if you've never played it before. Now, I must admit, I'm not a massive Warhammer 40,000 fan. I've played a bit of it off and on over the years. I bought the original Rogue Trader book back when it was first released. I played a little bit then, and I've kind of played a little bit over the years, but no, it's not really my kind of main go-to game. I normally play more things like Space Hulk, Blood Bowl, Warhammer Quest, and other games like that. I decided to pick this up because I quite fancied a small skirmish game of Warhammer 40,000, and I quite liked the models you got with it. I really like the Primaris Lieutenant. I think he's a great looking model. So let's have a look at the back of the box. So you can see you get 5 Assault Intercessors and 1 Primaris Lieutenant. That's the Space Marine side. And then on the NECRON side, you get 1 Royal Warden, 10 Warriors and 3 Scarab Swarms. Another thing I quite liked about this box set is you get a double-sided battle mat, and the box insert can be turned over to make a building, which, while quite basic compared to the model buildings you'd normally see on wargame tables, I think it's just a great idea for people starting out in the hobby and gives them kind of an instant battlefield. Okay, well, let's have a look inside the box. So first off is the sprue with the Space Marine Assault Squad on. Next we have a pack of bases for the models. We have a pack of regular 6-sided dice. Now this looks like the sprue with the Primaris Lieutenant and the NECRON Royal Warden on. And this must be the 10 NECRON Warriors and the 3 Scarab Swarms. Next we have the rulebook. With some data sheets on the back by the look of it. This is the battle mat. And we get 2 range rulers and a transfer sheet. And this is the box insert I was talking about earlier. So yeah, you turn it over and you've got an instant building. Okay, so let's have a more in-depth look at the contents. So this is the sprue that has the Primaris Lieutenant and NECRON Royal Warden on. And I have to say, the Primaris Lieutenant is one of the reasons I'm buying the box set, because I just think he looks super cool. And this is the sprue with the 5 Space Marine Assault Intercessors on. So I haven't played it in a while, so I'm not sure why they're not just called Assault Marines. I don't know what the Intercessors bit is, seems a bit unnecessary to me, but there you go. Next up is the sprue with the 10 NECRON Warriors and the 3 Scarab Swarms on. And again, here's the transfer sheet. Okay, so this is one side of the paper battle map that you get. I normally prefer to play on the mouse mat style battle mats. You don't get these horrible fold lines, and because they tend to be more of a kind of matte finish, you don't get the reflected light like you do on these mats here. But again, they wanted to keep the cost down and make it an entry-level box set, so there's nothing wrong with them for people starting out, and you know, if they like the game, then they can always upgrade later. And here's the other side of the battle mat. This side has got these markers printed on it, which I'm guessing are guides for the missions to help you place down your starting forces or objectives. So here's what the battle mat looks like with the building on it. Not bad for your first ever battlefield. I remember back when I started playing Rogue Trader, that suggested that you got some books and then put a blanket over the top for battlefield terrain. So you know, back in those days, I'd be super happy with something like this. And to give you a sense of scale, here's some miniatures, some painted miniatures standing next to it. These aren't the miniatures you get with the game, these are just some other ones I've got. Now here's the data sheets you get. These are a handy reference card, so rather than having to keep looking back in the rule book, each side has one of these and it's got all the stats for the troops that they're using. So this is the Space Marine players one. Gives you statistics, weapons, equipment and special rules for your Assault Marines and Lieutenant. And on the back has some nicely painted miniatures to give you some ideas. And this is the NECRON players one. Again, like the Space Marines one, it gives you the information on your troops, the Royal Warden and the Warriors. And on the back it has info on the Scarab Swarms. And finally, here's the rules manual. I'll flick through every page. I'll speed the video up so you don't get too bored. And if you want to look at something, you just pause it. So it starts off with an introduction to the hobby and explains what the game's about. Then it goes into a brief backstory of the forces that you've got in the box, the Space Marines of the Imperium and the Necrons. For those that don't really know anything about Warhammer 40,000, the Space Marines are Earth's, or well, humanity's best soldiers. They're genetically engineered superhumans, basically, wearing powered armour. They're kind of our elite shock troops. And they're fighting the Necrons, that are an ancient race of robots, basically, that are intent on taking over the galaxy. Then you get onto a bit where it shows you kind of extra models you can buy if you want to expand your army. Some extra units, but there's loads of different units out there for both armies and lots of other different armies. So yeah, if you play this and it takes your fancy, then yeah, have a look around online and see what army you fancy. If you want to play competitively, then there are people that kind of power play and choose the best armies. But if you just want to play for fun, just choose the army that you know you like the look of and it kind of appeals to you, really. So all in all, I'm quite impressed with this. I haven't played it yet, but if we do, we'll put some videos up of us playing it. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking to get into 40,000. It's really cheap. I mean, it's £32 from Games Workshop. You can probably get it for about £28 if you buy it from one of the kind of the resellers. You get a nice amount of models, you get terrain, a little building you can use. Yeah, I'd definitely invest in it. I think if you were looking to dip your toe into the world of Warhammer 40,000. If you already play Warhammer and know everything about it, it's probably not really for you, but still, for the price, you get some good models if you're a Space Marine player or a Necron player. But yeah, if you already know the game, then you're obviously better off just picking up kind of the 9th edition core rulebook, I guess, and some of the codexes. But yeah, that's it for now, and we'll see you soon.